Hello everyone, Rabby here, welcome back to my channel. I've previously made a video about my book project, Tales of Gartha, and I'd like to start showing off the characters quite a bit more to give you all a feel of what they're like and what they'll be contributing to the story. The first character we'll be touching on is one that wasn't actually in the original promo video I made, and has only recently been added to the cast. However, she's been around for almost 5 months now, as I made her in January of this year, and posted her to my Instagram. She's also a perfect example of how a fan character can easily be made into a character for an original project. I'd like to introduce you all to Eryngon, or Eri for short. She's named after a particular type of flower, the Eryngos, sometimes also called the Eryngo. In other words, sea holly. She was originally created to be a fan character for the game A Hat in Time, since I still really loved the Subcon Forest area, but has since shifted into a character that I've grown amazingly attached to, and she's become a piece of Gartha that I didn't realize was missing until I added her in. Eri is made from ink and shadow, and as such technically has the ability to squash and stretch her body as she wishes. Her ink always stays attached to her, however. In other words, she doesn't leave trails, drips, or stains on anything. If one was to touch her, her body would feel solid even though it technically isn't. Her lower half has a sort of slinky, dark, Morticia Addams kind of look to it. But that is actually her lower half. There's no skirt over her or fabric at all over her lower body, and while she can move around relatively well, stairs and ladders can prove very difficult for her. And forget about running. No running. Eri really only has one pace that she can move, and try as she might to move any faster, it just doesn't really happen. This makes outrunning her quite easily, which can be a challenge for someone with Eri's role, which is the parent of these two. Charade and Nimble originally had another person taking care of them. Unfortunately, this person was lost, and Eri was left as their new guardian, along with her cat, Slink. Eri bonded amazingly well with Charade, as he was more than eager to learn as a child, and loved either reading books or having her read them out loud to him. Nimble admittedly bonded more with Slink. His energy level was far too high for her to keep up with, and thankfully the feline in question was able to chase him around and wear him out. Eri's role before suddenly winding up with 2 children to raise was mainly the castle's librarian. Her collection of books means the world to her, and most of the books in it she's written herself. She also prides herself in owning many first editions from writers around their world. Little do the 2 clown princes know, Eri is quite literally one of the oldest beings on their world. Her entire job is to bear witness and document everything that ever was, is, or will be. She's made of ink to symbolize that written history withstands time, and shadows to symbolize that shadows see all. Her mask-like face is the most magical part of her body that keeps her completely bound together. And because of the fact that it is in fact a mask, she keeps replacements hidden away in secret places should her current face ever get damaged. Eri's hair is actually made of tendrils that can hold their shape if she so wills them to. She will sometimes pull them up to curl to one side of her face, or she can replicate a librarian bun with them if she so chooses. The tendrils will also curl when she's feeling particularly shy or bashful around someone she finds attractive, or also when she gets angry. Thankfully, most beings tend to stay on her good side, as the only 2 things that'll make her overly angry is destruction of her books, or someone trying to harm Charade and Nimble. Her body is much heavier than it looks, and though she's the second shortest in the cast, most beings have a very hard time actually lifting her. This is because, again, she's technically made of a thick liquid. For this reason, Eri really likes men that can lift her up. She very much likes muscle, and unfortunately has a taste for men who don't treat her very well. She reads a lot of romance novels and craves a relationship like the one in her books. Sadly, most of the men that give her what she wants in the bedroom don't really give her what she wants emotionally, and those who give her what she wants emotionally don't really do it for her in the sheets. Most of her relationships have been very bad over the years, but she keeps those to herself and doesn't let it affect her parenting skills. Alas, Eri is very lonely and craves much more interaction than she tends to get nowadays. As much as she loves her boys, she feels very trapped in their castle and misses her days of being able to explore and write down all the new wonders of the world for everyone to learn about. As for what happens next, you'll all just have to wait and see. There's so much more coming that I can't wait to share with all of you. Make sure you subscribe if you'd like to see some more Gartha-related content. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next mess. Later, Gators!